Hey guys, Lori here, pharmacist. So I made the video last week on the 0 to 2 years and what to feed, and I'm going to continue with that probably by the end of the week, do a follow-up video for older children. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of bring you up to date on a few things that have been going on with me that I found entertaining. This email popped up this morning in my news feed or email feed, and it's called DG Alerts. And this is a an email that, I don't know, I've been subscribed to for years. And, you know, it's basically CDC propaganda, if you will. But it's called DG Alerts, which stands for Doctor's God. So I've always just stayed on it because, you know, it was like, why not? But this particular article had to do with update on the measles, more cases. And it's talking about Washington, New York, and Georgia. And then, and I'll repost this article so you guys can see it. So it gives a breakdown of ages. Ages 1 to 10 years, there's 34 cases. 11 to 18 years, there's 12 cases. And 19 to 29 years, there's 1 case. So the immunization status, unverified, 5 cases. Unimmunized, 41 cases. 1 MMR vaccine, 1 case. So, of course, they don't give the age, and then it goes on to say that they're not going to let you know who the person is that had the MMR vaccine for patient privacy. And I'm thinking, oh, so you're going to tell us who everybody else is? Like they don't have a right to patient privacy? But anyway, I thought that was an interesting sentence. But back to, so I always love the unverified cases because it's amazing to me that you can verify that the child had measles, but you can't verify if they were immunized or not. When in fact, it's just a yes or no question. They either were or they weren't. And in the case of a minor, there should be a parent present. Do they not know? Do they not have a regular pediatrician? Do they not, you know, just unverified? I think we all know that's BS. All right, then we've got the unimmunized. There's 41 cases. Now, interestingly enough, this strain of the measles, they're saying came from overseas. Somebody that, I don't know if they left here and went overseas and got it and brought it back, or if it was just, you know, a traveler coming to the U.S., but it did not originate here. Comforting, you know. So anyway, unimmunized is 41 cases. Well, you know, we're okay with that because if you've not immunized your child for measles, mumps, or rubella, then I trust you've done your research and you realize that none of those diseases are deadly, even before the vaccine, since, you know, we have water sanitation, clean living, the measles, epidemic of measles deaths dropped way down, way dropped in the early 1900s. So, anyway, I just found this article interesting. Then 1 case was vaccinated. So, you know, the other 5 cases we don't know, or they don't want us to know, whichever the case may be, which I tend to think that's probably more what it is. I found that interesting. So, what else? You know, I was in the grocery store one day this week, and there was a mother with a baby, a mother and a father, and I passed them, and they had this little baby. I don't know, I would guess him to be 3 or 4 months, not very old. And it's kind of funny because it's gotten to where I can literally look at a child and tell whether they've been vaccinated or not. Children that have been vaccinated, first of all, just don't really look that healthy. Their color's not that good. They don't really make eye contact. They just kind of tend to look down or look away, or I don't know, they're just not animated. And I guess it probably depends on to what extent they've been vaccinated. But this is what I have really noticed. And so one glance at this child and I knew he had been vaccinated. But I thought, well, I'm going to give it a whirl anyway. So as luck would have it, when I went to check out, they were literally in the next line. And so I carry my brochures in my purse, which I just dropped mine. Hold on. You know, so I carry these in my purse. And I just stepped over and I said hi to the mom, and I said, I'm a pharmacist and I wanted to give you some information on vaccines. And she was pretty young, I'd say her mid-20s, and she said, oh, yeah, he's been vaccinated. And I said, well, no, this is to give you information about some of the dangers of vaccines. Oh, no, he is getting all of his vaccinations. There's no doubt, he is getting all of his vaccinations. And I don't know what the look on my face was, but I just felt so sorry for that kid. And I felt sorry for her too, because I thought, I can already tell he's not doing that great. And she's saddling herself with a sick child for the rest of her life in some form or fashion. There's no way that child is going to thrive. And, she may end up losing him. So I've prayed for her the last couple of days. She's continued to come to my heart that someone would be able to reach her, because every child to me counts, even if I can't reach him. So I was thinking this morning about the truth, and that the crazy thing about the truth is that it is the truth, whether you believe it or not, and whether the person that you're talking to believes it or not. And eventually the truth is going to be known. It's going to be 100% exposed. It's going to be revealed. I do believe we are totally on the upswing. And another article that I posted yesterday was about the HPV in Hawaii, wanting to mandate that vaccine. For what freaking reason is beyond me, other than money. And it even goes on to say how low the incidence of cervical cancer is from HPV, that only a very few amount of cases develop into cervical cancer. And yet you're going to mandate this vaccine. It's just the epitome of stupid. And parents, we've just got to rise up. We've got to keep rising up, and we've got to keep saying no. I had another mother email me about, I guess, a friend of hers that has children, and it's a single mom situation, and now the kids aren't vaccinated, but we got to catch them up. And I mean, I just want to scream when I read stuff like this, because at what point do our children come first? At what point? At what point do we lay down our lives and put our children first, and our finances go on the back burner, and you go, oh, Lori, I can't do that. You know what? Yes, you can. We serve a big God who can provide, and I don't know how. I don't know how God is going to provide for you to put your children first, to where you don't lay down and get walked on and literally inject your child with poisons because you've decided, oh, I don't have a choice. Yes, you do. You have a choice to do something besides murder your children with vaccines. And I'm sorry, but I just feel passionately about this. I put my kids first. I worked part-time. We lived in a not so wonderful place so that I could sacrifice and give to them. And it wasn't even about vaccinating. It was just a decision to put them first and to homeschool them, because I didn't want them under the influence of all that crap. So I'm saying, stop saying I can't and start saying, yes, I can. And I'm going to find out a way. I'm going to figure out a way. God is going to provide a way. Okay, sorry. I get just really, stuff like that drives me completely insane. So, what was I going to say? The truth is the truth, whether you believe it or not. And, I mean, if you want yourself saddled with sick kids, and if you want to kill your kids, you just go ahead and vaccinate them with the vaccine schedule that they're putting out now, because it is absolutely ridiculous. What else? Brochure. I've had several responses. I just want to put this out there for those that are seeing my videos for the first time. Yes, I am a licensed pharmacist in Florida. In case you can't tell, I'm not exactly passionate about the pharmaceutical industry and all the drugs that they put out for people to take and all the propaganda. I do believe there's a place for drugs. I do. In some form or fashion, it has saved a lot of people's lives. But I'm telling you, I talk to those people every day in the line of work that I do now. I'm astounded at the number of elderly people that have COPD and asthma that cannot breathe, that are so jacked up on inhalers. And if you don't think these inhalers don't cause dependency, I've got some oceanfront property in Arizona for sale, people. Okay? It's ridiculous. It is so sad. It is so sad, their quality of life, that they can barely breathe when they're talking to me on the phone, and they're on 3 different inhalers. They're on O2 at night. I mean, if I get to that point, just somebody get a freaking gun. All right, what else? You know, the pharmaceutical industry, there's a line I remembered the other day, a friend of mine used to say, and this to me sums up the pharmaceutical industry in a nutshell. Once I was blind, but now I'm lame. And that pretty much says it all. All right, guys, I've got to sign off. If you want some brochures, email me. My email, lorilove77@gmail, or you can message me through Facebook. I will send you the link to the PDF so you can copy it for yourself. This is just facts, people. It is nothing more than facts. The email, you know, you can get it for free. You can read over it. It's some statistics. It's information. A lot of it's off the CDC website. Straight off their website. Craziness. But anyway, I love you guys, and continue the mission. All right. Bye.